Here's a little homemade movie about our trip up to the Cape. Look, it's a long way to the Cape. It's got to be about the nicest place on earth. But to get there means some of the most rugged roads around. And you know what? Before you even go, you want to really think about preparing your truck a bit. Our old 76 was about as standard as they come. So in a couple of weeks before we left, I took it from dead standard to some new suspension. Opposite lock wanted some trial, so that worked out about perfect, and I'll tell you what, it did work out perfect, but more about that later. Great stuff. And then of course I went to Mickey Thompson's because I wanted tyres that I knew would do the job. I've had a lot of experience with those on my load. We're also towing an MDC XT10. They wanted that trialled out up the Cape. I couldn't believe my luck there. On the way up though, it was out of luck. Roadworks everywhere. But before we even got to that stage, here's me mate Gareth. He's our partner in crime here on this trip. Gee, he's a top bloke. He brought his wife along, Lisa. She's a much topper bloke than him. Anyway, Joey started out getting himself familiar with the XT10. He's my youngest son and he recently crunched his arm in a rugby tackle. You get that. And Tomo, the elder boy, well, he was up on the roof laying up the swags. My boys like to sleep in their swags, even when we've got a caravan along. Works out perfect, I tell you. Meanwhile, I'm looking for all the important stuff, like the map. Yeah, I know I've been there before, but hey, go without a map, you're going to miss out on something. Joe wanted to check that out. I knew he would. Kids love trips like this, don't they? Here's the big kid inside the van finding all the cupboard space. She couldn't believe her luck there. I reckon we took just about everything in the pantry and most of what the neighbours had too. Meanwhile, Gio's out there tightening up all the nuts and bolts on his troopy. This is a big part of any pre-trip preparation, isn't it? You just got to go through your vehicle and make sure everything's spot on. Even if you haven't been as lucky as me and got a whole lot of new product to try out. So, you know, it's things like checking tyre pressures and wetting the valves and just going through everything that makes all the difference. I always carry a wheel brace on the road, and Gio found he needed it before he even left. In fact, I went through all the wheel nuts before we left. You've got to, and you've got to check them on the road too when it's rough like this. Oops, nearly forgot something. There's the handbrake rushing out with a few last minute comforts. Oh dear, but before we could leave, would you believe it? Would you believe it? We'd forgotten the most important thing on earth. Yep. Hey, hold up guys, hold up. We can't go anywhere. We forgot to say goodbye to Holly, our eldest girl. She was staying behind to look after the house and to work, poor thing. Never mind. She knew she'd be in for the trip of a lifetime. Next time. Holly's already been up the top once before. And so there we were, just about ready to go. The excitement level was spot on. And if you want to know how we went, well, come back again. I'll show you the trip one bit at a time. Might not be professional quality, but you'll get to see some behind the scenes stuff here. Good on you guys. See you soon.